When it comes to Mary being the Queen of Heaven in today's society, she might be offensive to the misconception of what it means to be a queen. Poor Mary became the Queen of Heaven by her quiet and loving obedience to God's holy law. A holy life in the shadows of a noisy world where lies are often exchanged for money and truth is far from people's lips. She followed a holy way of life in the sweet silence, not flashing her garments or trying to charm the world with her beauty, but she sought to charm God and had eyes and a heart that pondered the goodness of all he spoke to Israel through his word, and the sweet honey that flows from a good holy life in communion with the living God. After the birth of her divine Son, the Christ, her back was to the world in order to raise and guide her Son, and eventually to listen to him as the Savior of the world, who is the King of the world, and even gives people their place and power, but not without a final judgment for their actions in power. In this way, when you go to Mary in your prayers, her heart has this one desire, to lead you along the holy way of life, which the world is at times not striving after, and to teach you to swim upstream, or you might not be strong enough to stand before the Son of God on the day of judgment. To help you listen to her Son, who rules over all men in this life and in the next. For in the spiritual life, Mary is a fruitful garden, and those who go to her and pray to her never leave without being touched in their souls or being transformed unknowingly. If you go to her heart to heart and speak to her as someone who is present to you in an everyday way, you will experience gladness and joy, because the Mother of God was created for this end, to help Christians on their journey to strive to follow her Son, and her job is to listen to us and to love us with something that people cannot live without: a mother's love. Her goal is to help us achieve the holiness we thirst for and the salvation which comes through her Son. For her desire is your salvation, and she will always lead you to encounter Christ ultimately and to experience his saving effects in the church, which God calls into being for the salvation of all men and women.